Every weekend, NASCAR puts on an event the size of the Super Bowl. Drivers go fast and turn left around a giant oval track. But this race is different. We're about to see how a professional NASCAR driver handles the twisty, windy 2-mile road course here at Sonoma Raceway. One of the only times all season drivers have to make left and right turns.
My name is Erik Jones, and I drive the number 20 DeWalt Camry. We're going to take a little pace car ride around here, hopefully keep it on the track, and show you how to get around this place a little bit. I'm definitely still learning about this place, but a lot of it is a lot of positioning and making sure you're pointed and set up right for the next corner. So getting through here, making sure you're staying wide and staying up on the curbs through here, getting yourself set up for what would be 3A, I guess, right here, and making sure you're getting good and straight off the corners and getting a good run.
You don't always stay in the middle of the road.
No, we're using all the racetracks, so we're staying out wide here to get a good turn down in here, use a lot of this curb right here, and then we get up over, use all the racetrack here out next to the wall.
Going up on the curb is a good thing sometimes.
That's a good thing for us. Our car's like that. Same with here. We get down in nice and wide, late turn in. And sometimes you can use this curb, get up here. This is probably one of the toughest corners to get off. So low on grip and just hard to get your car rolling again.
How is a road course different from like most of the other races of the year?
Well, it's normally we're only going one direction, and here we're going both directions, so it's pretty tough. I mean, I didn't grow up racing road courses, so trying to learn more about this place and figure out how to carry speed around here and be fast going each way and setting your car up for each corner is probably the toughest part for me.
What is it like trying to win a road course? How's the strategy different?
Well, the strategy is pretty backwards, actually, from like your normal oval race. Your normal oval race, you run it forward, and your pit strategy is always kind of getting the best tires on the car as soon as possible. Here, it's a little bit backwards. When you get in your fuel window, you're really good to go from there. So tires are important here, but we're also just really trying to get track position and working to get in our fuel window. So once we're in our fuel window, we usually aren't coming back to pit road here.
The fuel window means a driver has enough gas in the car to finish the race. But what if the race ends early? Not long ago, that happened, and this crew took advantage of it.
2 weeks ago at Michigan, when it rained, they were going to have to come into pit before the end of the race. Austin Dillon's gang, the 3-car guys, knew it was going to rain with confidence, and so they elected to stay out.
And they knew the rain was going to end the race.
That's exactly what happened.
So they stayed out of the pits. The rain ended the race.
And they were leading the race at that time.
That makes them the winner.
Correct.
The 3-car is a Chevrolet, and Chevy Racing has a few tricks up its sleeve when it comes to predicting the weather minute by minute.
This is our mobile command center, I guess, our office away from the office. You can see we've got a weather station up there.
And you take this to every NASCAR race?
This goes to every Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series race with us.
Awesome, let's go inside.
Okay, come on in. We have a tool that we've partnered with IBM on, so we have a very accurate prediction of when the weather is going to change, because change is what's really important.
On a day like this, when there's no rain in the forecast, the weather still matters.
It does, yeah, absolutely. The solar load matters because, again, that drives track temperature. Track temperature affects grip, and
how do you want the track to be, hot or cold?
Cold for most grip.
Show me some of the areas where grip is going to matter the most.
It really matters in every turn. The turns that don't connect to other turns are very important. So like this right-hander here at turn 4, grip's very important, and getting the power down all through here, grip's very important because they're going pretty fast. Everyone would like to think that their engines or cars are the best. There's not a lot of difference between them. You know, so really having knowledge allows you to make better decisions and separates the winners from the not winners.
That separation can be tenths of a second, often gained and lost here on pit road. New rules limit the pit stop crew to 5 members, 4 for tires, 1 for gas. That means every tiny movement has to be perfect.
I'm Tyler Rader. I'm a gas man on the 3 Dow car. I played football at West Virginia. The way the sport is going, specifically on pit road, they're recruiting college athletes.
I'm Paul Swan, and I am the Jackman front tire carrier. I was a college football player at Bowling Green State University. One of the strength coaches who had been there said, "Hey, have you heard of NASCAR pit crews? They like athletes after they're done playing." So I'm like, man, that sounds awesome way to still be a competitor, be in a sport, be a part of a team and everything.
Anybody can do it, but going and getting athletes cuts down that practice time. cuts down on those reps, where it might take a guy 2 years to learn how to be a tire changer. You can take an athlete and do it in 6 months.
With the 5-man pit crews now, that changes up a lot of stuff. This year I had to learn how to jack the car and hang front tires, which are 2 new things to me. So we really had to put a lot of work in the off season, learning the new ways of doing it. It really shows the versatility of the athletes on pit road, what they can do, how fast they can do it.
Tire carriers, tire changers, they got the hard job. They got to not jump early as far as the car getting in the box. They got to not hit extra lug nuts. They got to be perfect on their lug nuts. They got to stud their tires, and they got to get their lug nuts on, and they got to run around the other side and do the same thing. So, there's a lot of chances to mess up in a pit stop, and the good ones, these guys can do it fast.
The car coming in, I try to visualize it, me getting the car jacked up.
I'm allowed to come off the wall when the car passes the box behind us. I try to read the car. That's what makes a gas man good, is being able to read that car. Is he going to go long? Is he going to go short? That just comes with reps and just years of doing it. That sometimes we're actually plugged in before the car stops rolling, and that's what we aim to do.
We practice all week. Monday's kind of like a drill day. Tuesday and Wednesday are big practice days. I'll come in Thursday and do drills. I get out, peg the car, jack it up. The tire changer's bringing the tire out with him and setting it down. Grab that tire, hang it, turn around. I take that back to the wall, and then I'm grabbing the left front tire and then hanging that one.
A road course race like today or a speedway race, fuel is important. This race has been won a lot of times by people short pitting, just randomly coming down, getting inside of a fuel window, and being the first to come off pit road with 4 tires and a full tank of gas to make it to the end has won a race. So you'll see that today, just coming around, the crew will say, we're going to pit this lap, and we got to be ready to roll. With one less guy, NASCAR slowed these pit stops down second half, 2 seconds.
It's a big difference. I think we were doing 16, 15-second stops when we first started, maybe even higher, and it just continually went down and down since we've been practicing a lot and figuring out new little ways to make it faster.
You got some teams that are good and they're doing it in low 13s, which is incredible. Anything over 14, you're going to have answers to questions.